I was in the middle of blow drying my hair. So kind of underestimated that time. So we'll give everybody just a minute because I was a little late starting. So as you're hopping on, just drop in the comments where you're doing this right. Trevor and I are both in Florida. I told Matt today, I was like, today was crazy. When I left my house, it was cold. By the time I got to the gym, it was hot. Like, today was a weird day.
Yeah, I think it was in like the 80s or something.
Yeah, it got hot. It got quick. Okay. All right, everyone, if you're in a group chat, if you're in a group page, let's send out those reminders. The Power Hour is going on. I'm super excited for tonight. I asked Trevor to be on. So a lot of you might have seen Trevor. A lot of you probably know Trevor. He's been around for a while. But I asked him to be on tonight. One, he's a recruiting rock star. So I want to talk a little bit about that. Trevor's going to share some scripts and tips with us as to, you know, kind of what a day in the life of him looks like. So we're going to do a little bit of interview style. And then also Trevor, I said Truver. I don't know what's happening here.
Very crazy screen.
Happening. Okay. Everyone mute yourselves. Everyone, we have got a show here.
I think she did like a screen share.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Okay. Okay. I'm like, help, I don't know. Anyhow, everyone that's not muted, again, everyone, please mute yourself. So, like I said, I asked Trevor to be on, share kind of some of his secrets. We talked a little bit about that. I'm going to have him share a little bit of his story. Some of you may know it, some of you may not. Also, I was in the middle of blow drying my hair. I need to justify what is actually happening right now. That's what's happening. I just thought I should share that. You too, Trevor? That's what happened? I underestimated my time. And then he's going to show us some reports that are super critical. Again, he's super organized to the T, uses things, like always has some good material. So I'm like, Trevor, you can hop on and be my co-host tonight. I'm going to see that. Exactly. Let's start with a little bit of your story. Give us some background for those of you who don't know him. I'm going to have you share a little bit about that, and I'll keep muting people as you talk.
Okay, so my name is Trevor Franklin. I am a one-star director with True Vision, and I came into the scene not wanting the business. You know, I was the one that thought it was a scam. You know, the whole pyramid scheme, weight loss products didn't work. Like the biggest skeptic there was. Brittany Klein was a good friend of mine, and she was like, thankfully, she gave me a free week supply of the it was True Fix and True Weight and Energy at the time. So I ended up losing 17 pounds my first month, and I'm like, okay, there might be something behind this. So so I ended up losing 75 pounds in 10 months on our products, and I was still like kind of teetering with the business and everything. I'm like, people are asking me what's going on, you know, things like that. And so I was like, look, I'm just taking these products, you know, they're helping me with energy. They're helping me with appetite, you know, control, everything like that. So, you know, I was basically just doing that. And I'm like, here's a sample, here's a sample, here's a sample, you know, and just selling samples, as Lisa calls them, or Alicia, sample slingers. I was one of those. So, you know, not really knowing what the business was all about, and you know, just not really understanding. So, when I like started everything, it was like, you know, I was doing the samples, people were coming on here and there, you know, I was making like an extra $200-300 a month. And, you know, so I'm like, that's a good way. One, I'm getting paid to lose weight now, so my products are paid for, plus I'm getting a little bit extra. So I'm like, that's cool. Then Brittany invited me to go to True Ascent in Orlando in 2017, I believe it was.
Wow, that was so long ago. I feel like it
I
was so long
know.
ago.
I know. And Brittany, which is my upline, she was actually a speaker on stage then. Kaylee Cyber, of course, Alyssa was up there. And it was just mind blowing, the testimonies, the direction that the company was headed. And that's kind of really where I caught my fire and everything. And so, let's see, that was October of 2017. I was hovering around like a senior associate. October of 17. In January of 2018, I hit 1-star director. Been stuck there ever since, but it's kind of my fault. So I am in the process of,
I want to talk a little bit about this, Trevor, because I see how hard you work, and you made this comment, it's kind of up to you. But I want to talk about what that looks like. You've had flexibility. You've had like seasons where you really, really, really pushed, and then you've had seasons where you stood back a little bit and had other things going on, and that's okay. That's why I'm not saying that to shame you. I'm saying that to say you're still here,
right.
And you realize and take responsibility for, yes, maybe I wasn't pushing as hard, like, because he's a rock star recruiter, you guys, like, can recruit all day long. And he's a super, like, awesome. But I want to be real and transparent here, Trevor, with people that are maybe in the same boat or maybe have struggled in the same situation as you. And, use that as a light to show and encourage them, kind of like what that looked like. Yeah, you stepped back a little bit. You had other things going on, but you're still here. And
right.
And you figured out different things that are working and things that aren't working. And I just want to applaud you for that. I appreciate you being real and, you taking responsibility for that as well and saying, I probably could have worked a little, you know what I mean? Like, we all have seasons like that. I have seasons like that. I know that we all do. So I just want to applaud you for like taking responsibility and talking about that, because I think it's easy for us to pass a lot of the responsibility on to someone else, which sometimes there are determining factors or other things that come into play with our success. But at the end of the day, it is us. And when you're on your A game, you're amazing, like you're super good. But when you step back, you know what? This business was still here, right, Trevor? You were still getting a paycheck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you aren't at the peak of things, you were still getting paid. So you had built a sustainable organization that kind of like, even when you weren't working as hard, you were still working. You were never not working, but it did keep going. So I just want to applaud you for that and realizing that, and then stepping back into the game.
Yeah. So, so I went from senior associate, October of 2017 to 1-star director in 2018, January 2018. So really about 2 full months of just like my fire was lit as soon as I went to those events. And we have another one coming up in August in Atlanta. And for anyone that's traveling, from out of state or wherever, if it's close enough to drive, definitely do it. But if not, flights are super cheap going into Atlanta because it is such a central hub. So definitely look into getting into that event, just because, like if you're here and you want to grow this business and you want to be part of the community, there is nothing like an event to really to get a hold of that. So definitely try that.
How would you rank how important?
Say that one more time.
1 to 10, 10 being the most important in your business. How important is a corporate event in your mind?
10.
10.
So as a business builder and a leader and somebody that is striving to be at the top, 10 is the absolute best. If it's somebody that's only wanting to make, a couple $100 and, you don't really want to do events or go meet people or and everything like that, it's maybe not for you. But if you want to be a part of something that's bigger than you can ever imagine, whether it's a community of people that are just happy to be alive, happy to be helping people and everything like that, the event is the place to be. So as far as like, if you want to be a part of some and or you want to grow a business to bigger than you can imagine, event is definitely a 10 ranking.
Agreed.
So
I agree. It's just nice
yes,
to hear from someone other than me and how it molded and shaped your business particularly.
100%.
Imagine if we could get every Trevor to an event so they could kind of see the light, you know?
Yep, for sure. And and just like Derek Raines, I'll never forget it. Like he is one of the corporate people, and like I knew who he was just because I've seen his face, around and everything like that. But for him he came up to me and said, "Hey, Trevor, so happy you can be here." Like he knew who I was. And I was just like on top of the world because one of the owners of this $1 million company knew who I was. So that was really cool. And I'll never forget that.
And I can say, Trevor, because I have been in another one of these pyramid scheme deals. I have been in one of those before, and that's not common. The
Right.
owners are not there. Our CEO is not there. They're not mingling. They're not spending time. Some of the owners have become my personal friends and, great relationships with them. And I'm telling you, that doesn't happen in other companies. And I take a lot of pride in the fact that our company does do that, because that's kind of unheard of, to be honest. I'm not saying any company, but usually they kind of ooh and all the people, and then they're gone.
Got it.
And, anyhow, I wanted to tell people that just for fun, if you're for sure going in August to Atlanta, just put a me in the chat. I just want to see who's going. Trevor's not going to miss one. And Trevor, let's talk about some of the friendships you've made, like sideline, backline, all the lines.
Yeah,
Trevor's a pretty popular guy. He's got a lot of friends.
Yeah. So, I mean, just like my personality, and I can just talk with anybody, I'm very likable. I'm very open as to like, if somebody needs help with something, I'm going to be there. I'm be like, here's everything I have laid out for you. This is what I do. So in that sense, like I've created some amazing lifelong friendships, from this business, where if I wasn't in this company, I certainly wouldn't have those. And like at the events, like after the event is all done, I had, I met up with a group of people that are nowhere in my like organization, not my upline, not my downline. They're just like way over there somewhere, and they like kind of took me under their wing and was like, here, this is what we do. And then we spent 3-4 hours maybe just going over like different ideas and bouncing things off of each other, sitting in, on the lobby floor in the hotel, and just having that, that time. I feel like that time was more important than just the event itself. Like meeting all those people and creating those friendships and everything like that, that's just, it's priceless. So
agreed. It's yes, the event itself is amazing, and we have great content, we have good speakers, and we have an awesome party. Like, hello, who's been to a
new products,
new
they're releasing stuff, all kinds of stuff at events.
Yes, but I think, like you said, the relationships that you make around that are equally as important. So our point being, make sure you get to Atlanta if at all possible. I was telling someone the other day, I was like, did we factor in the weather? Because it's going to be hotter than the pits of hell in August in Atlanta, Georgia. So y'all get ready.
Yeah. So,
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'll go a little bit about how I went into a downward spiral. Relationship wasn't the best, and like I just ate my stress away, and so I ended up gaining 40 pounds back. And like just the depression of a failed relationship, multiple failed relationships, some of with the same damn person. And
That's another episode.
yeah, that's a whole nother story. Um,
It's okay.
yeah, so that and just the depression of like the business wasn't growing as much as I wanted it to grow. My relationship wasn't going the way I wanted it to go. My weight wasn't going the way I wanted it to go, and I just felt like I couldn't do anything right. And so, I just turned to what everyone else turns to, and they go to their comfort zone and their healthy, or not healthy, ways. And then so I ended up gaining about 40 pounds back. And so I'm in the process of getting that gone, and I just had to like refocus my whole mindset on, where I wanted to be and how I needed to get there, and really start focusing on elsewhere. So
Lord, no, I agree. And I think that it's so common, Trevor. And that's what I want people to realize. Like, this is real life. Real life shit gets in the way. Real problems get in the way. And as long as you come back, I mean, that's me. Even with my diet and nutrition, I may be like, okay, I'm going to be gone this week. It's not going to be like a huge priority to me, but I'm good about like, okay, I'm back. And when I'm back, I'm 100%. So it's okay if you slip and fall, whether it be in business, your weight loss journey, your health and nutrition, whatever it looks like, as long as you're willing to get back up. And I think that's what's important to recognize here, and something that I've seen you do a couple of times, to be honest. Like, you just pick it back up. And I think that that's so important and so encouraging to let people know, like, yes, you've had success with the products, and yes, you've had success with the business, but yes, you have slipped and fell, but you've gotten back up. Right. So I think that's hugely important, and I'm always super proud of you for that.
Thank you. Yeah, they always say, you never fail unless you quit. So,
and it's true, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, I want to point out, like, and this is, I'm just saying this because Trevor and I are friends, so it's okay. I had a conversation with Trevor, and I was like, we have this idea of being successful in this business, and like, you don't have to be a 7 or an 8 star. I understand that's a dream, but like, if you're impacting someone's life, and True Vision Health is impacting your life in some way, shape, or form, products, paycheck, I'm like, that is success. Trevor, you are successful. You're getting a check, you're impacting people's lives, you have an amazing customer clientele, like, you are successful, and so are each of you that are on this call. If you're moving in the right direction, that is success. So don't get burnt out on that. Don't burn out on the comparison game. We all do it. And guess what? Even at my position, you still do it, like it still happens. So I just thank you for being real and transparent, Trevor. And like I said, I trust your relationship and our friendship to kind of be real about that. And I think it's important. Yep. Someone needed to hear that tonight. We just encourage someone to either start over or know that it's okay if you do fall off, that you can start back again. So thank you. And I appreciate that. And everything has a season. You were in a different season, and guess what? You're back, and that's okay. So I'm super proud of you. So I'm going to turn it over to you a little bit. I have a few little things I need to go deal with. So I'm going to turn it over to you, and I'll be back.
Yeah. All right. So Elisa wanted me to touch on some of the reports that I do. So a couple months back, maybe December's paychecks, I noticed that it wasn't where it was supposed to be. And that's only because I run reports daily. Like, I track my numbers, I track my sales, I track my team sales, and everything like that. So my biggest thing is making sure that my numbers look like they're supposed to, and everything like that. So I have a couple of reports to share with you guys. My first one is current month orders. So I will type this in as well. And then this is going to be for my whole organization. So whatever I do, so filter. Hold on while I get this in. So this first one is the current month orders. The filter that you'll want to do for this is there's going to be two different filters. The last order date, you're going to set it to this month. And then the TQV, which is the total qualifying volume, is greater than 0. So that means they're going to be placing an order this month, and their current month total qualifying volume is more than 0. So it's 1 or more. So what this is going to do, it's going to show you every customer in your organization, 8 levels down, that has purchased from you. And I personally go in and I have a whole spreadsheet, an Excel spreadsheet, and I just copy and paste. Can you do this on the phone? I don't even know if you were supposed to make off. Yes, Marcy, you can do it on your phone. It is a little difficult to see, maybe turning it sideways. That way you can get the whole thing in there, but it's much easier either on a tablet or a computer. So also in your back office, you go to tools, then you go to documents, and then you go to like pay or something along those lines, commissions. It'll have the whole breakdown of how you get paid and what levels we get paid on, everything like that. So great question. So this one I do, I run it daily. I run it every morning, and then whoever ordered from the previous day, their name goes onto an Excel spreadsheet, and I just keep track of their orders 8 levels deep. Like, you know, my organization is still just a 1-star. So I shouldn't say just a 1-star, but it is a 1-star. And, you know, it's kind of easier to keep track. If it was Elisa or Alicia Yarborough, you know, there are teams of thousands and thousands of people, you know, so it might be a little bit more difficult. But if you're 2 or 3-star and below, you can easily take 10 minutes out of your time to go in there, run the report, copy and paste the people that have ordered from that month, and then do it that way. The next one that I'm going to share with you is active last month. So this next one is they were active last month, which means they purchased something last month and they haven't purchased yet this month. This is also a report that I run probably weekly, just to see who purchased around this time last month, but they haven't purchased this month. That way I know who I'm going to be reaching out to really check on things, to see, you know, how things are going, if they needed help doing it, if their auto ship failed, if it didn't run, you know, just a bunch of different scenarios that could happen, that could slip through if you're not paying attention to these reports. So those are 2 of the main ones. And then the last one is failed orders. These are the people that have either smart ships or orders that were placed this month, and there's a 0 PV, which means either the card got declined. It's possible that free products were sent out from corporate. So like if something was messed up on their order, you know, corporate will send out something, but it'll show 0 PV. So just a way to keep track of that. So let me put that on there. Failed order. All right, so there's that one. Filters is the last order date was this month, but their total qualifying volume is less than 1. So these 3 reports are what I'm in daily or weekly, you know, just depending on which report it is. But the failed order reports, I'm checking every day. That way, if somebody's auto ship didn't go off, yes, corporate's going to send them an email, but it's also my responsibility to check in and be like, hey, you know, I don't know if you're aware or not, but your auto ship didn't go off. And then I try to find out, because I'm not into like having these people just get on auto ship and then they don't know how to turn it off, and they're just getting products and products and products, and then they think, oh, there's that, they're going around spreading, there's that scam again that I couldn't turn off the auto ship and yada yada yada. So I'm always open with them. I'm like, hey, do you need me to help you turn this off, or do you want me to help you fix your order? What's going on? What do you need help with? That way we as a company aren't getting a bad rep, as one of those companies where it was difficult, because if anybody has worked with the customer service, it's not difficult to turn off the auto ship with us. There's no questions asked. It's like, hey, I need to cancel my auto ship for this month. Okay, do you want to push it back a month, or do you want to cancel it totally? And then you get to decide from then. So just going and keeping track of those failed orders is beneficial to your business, but it's also doing your customers, like a one up, trying to just keep track of everything on that. So you're muted. You're muted.
And I agree with you. Let's try to make an overall experience at True Vision Health, whether it be your customer or somebody else on here, it's for the greater good of our company and honestly our industry, right? I mean, something you pointed out was we don't want to be known as like that company, like, oh, I just kept getting charged and shipped. That's not what we want. So when you're upping that customer experience, and guess what, Trevor, maybe they do cancel, but in 6 months, they're going to come back to you because you did take good care of them and you looked out for them and said, hey, maybe now's not a good time. So I love that. And I think, that's the kind of culture we should all want to create for our businesses. So I think that's a great tactic.
Yeah. So those are the 3 reports that I have that I do either, like I said, daily or weekly. And that is how I was able to catch who I wasn't getting paid on when all that stuff was going down, when they switched the system over and it wasn't like registering everything. I noticed it in December that we weren't going to get paid correctly in January. And I'm like, this ain't lining up right. And so I just made a note of it. And then when it came out in January, I was able to, to reach out and get all that resolved. So definitely checking those. Do you have something to say?
Yeah, I think because this happened today, someone had a failed order on the 31st, and guess what? Today's payday, so no paycheck. So
Right.
It did fail, but it was a bad situation, and it was a bad situation for me to say, hey, sorry, this already happened. So in my opinion, if you're building a business, your smart ship should fire off sooner than later. 100%. And there's really, that should just be, it is what it is. You get more points for your smart ship, and you're securing your paycheck. So I can't tell you all enough. Please make sure, not only is he checking other orders, but let's make sure that you're personally getting this done sooner in the month than later. Because if you're pushing for a rank and someone on your team waits until the last day and pushes that order through, that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah. At my position, I don't have that, but as you grow your business and you get to like the outside legs and somebody orders where it pushes everything down, and it just messes things up. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. So definitely running those and just staying organized with everything, and just tracking your numbers and tracking your sales, your team sales. It's going to make you aware of how your business is doing and where you need to focus your time. Like if you can see that you're steadily growing in business, things are good. Just keep doing what you're doing. If you see that things are either stagnant or they're starting to decline, that's where you need to start looking at things and, what am I doing that I could be doing differently? What am I not doing? So just tracking your numbers is definitely something that is very important as far as my business is concerned and how I do things. So,
all right. I want to talk a little bit about recruiting. Let's talk a little bit about Trevor. What's been hot? Because Trevor's hot, y'all. He is hot. So tell us Tell us what's going on, Trevor. Tell us
So
all the things.
yeah, so I mean, my style is a little bit different than a lot.
And it's
Um,
tricky. That's
right, right. So I am the type of person, like if somebody messages me and is just doing this small talk thing, like I'm kind of like, all right, what do you want? What are you trying to get out of this conversation? That's just the type of person I am. So when I'm talking to somebody, like it is my intention to reach out to 20 people a day to introduce them either into the business or the products. So when I'm reaching out to them, it is with a purpose. It's not to have small talk. It's not to do anything like that. I'm like, hey, I have this awesome opportunity where I'm able to make some money from home on the side of what I'm currently doing because I do work full time. I have a full time job. I have a daughter, so all of this is definitely a part time basis for me right now, while it's still growing. So when I'm reaching out, it's all for a purpose. I still build the relationships and everything of that nature on the side, but that's in like my spare time. That's not in my business time. When I'm in my business time, I'm checking my reports and I'm reaching out to people because if you are relying on Facebook to show these people your post and hope they get interested, you're missing the boat. Like, I feel like you need to be in these people's inboxes. Like, get a list of everybody you have on Facebook. If you don't know how to download your Facebook friends, Google it, and just start from the top and start messaging these people and be like, hey, I don't know if you've seen, but I started this new business. I have these new products. I have this, whatever it is you want to present to them that have really changed my life. Would you be open to taking a look at what I have? If not, no big deal. Like, that is what I say. And go ahead.
I love what you said. I just want to back up. I love what you said about you're intentional with your business time because how often do we hear, oh, I work all day and nothing happened? No, you're setting aside and be like, I see it, I do it myself. Like we are all guilty. But when you're doing like multiple things, Trevor, like you said, he has a full-time job, he has a daughter, he has other things. So he's being super intentional with his actual working time. And then he has like BS time where he, chats him
Right.
up and this
I
and
just
that.
scroll Facebook and I'm commenting on people, building that relationship. But in the hour to 2 hours that I give myself to actually build this business, it is straight messaging people like, hey, I got this new thing that I'm doing. I got these products that just came out. Whatever the case may be, if I've already talked to them before, I'm just following up. Hey, did you have a chance to review over this information? Just messaging people and not relying on a system to show them, my testimony from that I posted. I just feel like we're missing the boat a lot if we are just relying on a post or stories or anything to get our message out. Like, I feel like we need to be talking to anybody and everybody.
And you're so right when you say that. Money is made a messenger. Yes, Facebook posts are great. Yes, Facebook group pages are great. Stories are great. But if you're on Facebook with like a very limited time or with intention, you're not seeing all that. So like
Right.
Trevor said, how many people are we actually missing the boat on because we're not just upfront and just saying like, hey, this is what's up. Or, I think a lot of people do appreciate that.
Yeah. And I've never had anybody be like ill towards me just because I offered them, to take a look. I'm not saying, hey, you need to buy these. I'm saying, hey, I've been taking these products that have changed my life. I've lost, 75 pounds in 10 months. I don't know if it's something that's for you, but would you be open to taking a look at the products that we offer to see if anything can benefit for you? Like, you don't have to say, hey, you're fat, you need these products. You're like saying, hey, this is what it's done for me. You want to take a look at what we offer to see if there's anything that can benefit you. That is just the thing. Or even the business now. I created a video that's really helped us, as far as the business opportunity side, where it kind of explains on what we have to offer in this business and doing this, to really, to get that out. So when I'm reaching out to people, that's kind of where I've been the past, I don't know, 2 months or so. Ever since I created that video, is really just reaching out to these people and be like, hey, I just started this business. Actually, I'll tell you exactly what I say right now because I have it.
I'm sure you have it handy and copy paste.
Yes. So I have this thing. It's called
This
Word
is good
Board.
stuff.
Yeah, y'all need to write this down. It's called Word Board. It's for my iPhone. It's an app. And so it has, hold on. Not going big. It's not doing it. So it has these like word board. And so it's like all a bunch of copy and paste messages. And so when I'm in like my messenger, it pops up like this. And so as you can see, like that one right there, you can't really see it. It says opportunity message. So all I got to do is just click that and it automatically types up this message, which it says, I say, hey, Brittany, I have this opportunity, or I have this business opportunity that just opened up. I'm super pumped about. I don't know if it'd be a fit for you or not, but if I sent you a short 5-minute video that explains what I'm currently doing on the side to bring in some extra money, would you take a look to see if it's a fit for you or not? If not, no big deal. Like, that's just what I say. And I try to send that to, yes, I am in Rank Makers. I try to send that to, 20 people at a minimum a day. I do try to get closer to 50 a day, and really just reaching out to the friends that I have on Facebook. Because over the 3-year period of time, through either cold messaging or cold market, posting in groups, my friends list, like people just friending me because they see me something, I've grown. Yes, Connie, message me, Trevor Franklin on Facebook, and then I'll send you the video. I've gained 3,300 people on my Facebook. So my thing was like, I had this 3-month window because I've been doing this Todd Falcone 18 training, and it's a 12-week like accountability kind of thing. And so I've just been doing that and really focusing on to reaching out to as many people as humanly possible for me, to see if they're doing, to get that done. Shauna says, what video do you send out? Do you lead with products or business more? So when I'm reaching out now, previously I didn't really lead with the business because I didn't know how to explain the business. We didn't have that business video. But after doing some research on some other companies and looking at their videos and everything like that, I created our own. And so I, just started with that, and I was able to, I love it, and I'm a perfectionist, and I think the video is great. And I'm not just saying that because I did it, but like there's so many things that I do that I'm like, this ain't good enough. But I truly believe that this video really, really helps. So I do lead with the business now, but I post about weight loss. So like in my stories and everything like that, I kind of do weight loss and skincare, all that kind of stuff on our products that we have. But when I'm reaching out to somebody, it's to see if they're interested in making money. Because yes, you can use the video, but do not post it on Facebook. We'll all go to jail.
You'll all go to jail, prison.
All of us.
Prison, everybody.
Yeah, and I'll be upset. So don't do that. But yeah, you can use the video. I just suggest, like I said, sending it in Messenger. As it's easy. People aren't having to go find it anywhere. It's a short video. If you want it, Trevor Franklin on Facebook, message me and say, hey, can I get that video? And then I'll send you the video right then. All you got to do is save it and then forward it to people, or send it, however you got to do it. But It's a business video. The video is bomb. Can we use it? Yes. How do you approach clients when they say they can't afford it? So when I'm doing this, I ask them how serious they are about it. Like, I'm like, now, is this something that you really want to do? Because, you know, trying to determine their level is important. Like, if they really want to do this, but they legit can't afford it, you know, then maybe they're interested in, you know, in posting on their friends or on their wall for their friends and family to see, and then I can help them gain some, you know, sales off of that. That's a lot to get into in this rest of 17 minutes, but yeah, there's ways to do like referral posts and things of that nature. But I just say, hey, you know, what if I could show you a way to get paid to lose weight? Like, people are like, yeah, sign me up, you know, and then I'll send them the video. They see what it's all about and see what we do. And then it's up to them to decide. Like, I did my job. I presented the opportunity for them. They're going to tell me yes or no. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now as far as that is concerned.
And let's talk a little bit, Trevor, about, you know, yes, you presented the opportunity and yes, you follow up, but where's the line where you're just like, I'm just kind of like, okay, it's not for them. Like, where do you draw that line? Like, okay, not for them.
Are you talking about like when they're messaging me back and forth?
Yeah, say you've sent the video and like
I sent the video and I follow up with them. You know, I'm going to check in with them. And my whole mindset is I don't care what they say. Like, I'm doing my job as presenting them.
You're detached.
Right. Detached from the outcome, as they say. Like, I presented them with the video. I presented them with the opportunity on either our products or our service or opportunity. And then it's up to them to decide. I'm going to be there to answer any questions that they have. I'm going to be there to, you know, if they want to get started, great. If not, you know, I'm not going to defriend them just because they said no. You know, I'm going to be like, okay, great. You know, I have this, I have, you know, another meeting, or I have some other people that are ready to get started. I'll just touch base with you, you know, another time to catch up or something along those lines. But when I'm in like my prospecting mode, I don't have time to chit chat about, you know, why they should do it or anything like that. Also, another thing is 3 strikes and they're out. So if I message somebody and they don't respond for 3 messages, like, they're off my follow-up list. And another thing that I use is called Teamzy. I'll type it in, teamzy.com. You can get a free 30-day trial on this. I don't get paid for this, but I should, because I tell everyone. And this is just my database of information, like all of my customers, all of my Facebook friends, all of my contacts, everything is in this system where I can have it regardless of where I go. I'm not carrying around a big old notebook. I'm not carrying around note cards or anything like that. If it works for you, great. It does not work for me because I'm always on the go, and this is what I carry, you know. And so I've done pretty well as far as like getting back and forth between the app and Messenger and just going from there. And so I have all of my contacts in there. So when I'm doing it, you know, I just go, I'll find out who I need to talk to. I send them a message, and then I set a follow-up for them. And so that is what I use as far as how I follow up with my people. That is the system I use. Once I send them the video, I'll check in with them the next day, see if they had a chance to watch it. If they did not, then I will say, okay, not a problem. I have a couple of others that are ready to get started right now. I'll just check back in with you next week sometime to see if you've had a chance. And then I'll pend it for a week and then go from there. But once they don't respond for 3 messages in a row, I just say, hey, I understand that this opportunity isn't for you right now. If you know anyone that's interested in making some money on the side, just send them my way. Hope all is well. Something like that, short and sweet, and get off that. Yes, for the video, if you want the video, go into Messenger, type in Trevor Franklin, look for this face with a cute little girl, probably like around here, and that's my daughter, and send me a message, because I'm not going to be like, you know, trying to message a bunch of people. Like, if you want the video, you can reach out to me and I will send you the video, and you can save it to your little photos or videos, wherever you keep that stuff. And then once you're doing that, you can just send it to people here and there. But again, please do not post it on Facebook or any social media or anything like that. Just send it privately, because Facebook will block us if that video does get out. Yep, so I'm already getting messages. Perfect. What changed from you to go to one or senior to a 1-star? So it was my mindset, 100%. Like, I was not about doing the business. When I went to the event, after I got to the event, felt the fire and everything like that, you know, I went full force. Like, I started posting more. I started telling a lot more people, and the people can tell your energy. When you're talking to them, they can feel the fire that's inside of you, and they can be like, dang, I want to get in on this. So that's kind of where that went for me. It was just it's a whole mindset shift. It wasn't anything that I was doing differently. I just did more of it. So there's that. But now I do have this stories. I don't know if you guys are in the stories or not, but it's huge right now. So what you want to do is the very first photo that you're posting needs to grab someone's attention, whether it be an extreme weight loss before and after, or something. I don't know. So I'm getting all kinds of messages. So something that's going to grab somebody's attention. And then what I do is I do about 4 before and afters. And then I have this like little photo of our products and how they benefit someone. And like, it doesn't say our company name, doesn't say our product name or anything like that. It just gives us the benefits. And then on the next screen, I do a little thing that says, comment I'm in below for more info or something like that. And I'm getting 5 to 10 people a day reaching out to me, wanting more info. And so all of that is like just building up and building up while I'm reaching out to people to see if they're interested in a business. So you're kind of attacking it from both angles. And that's why I said, I don't like, when I'm posting, it's more value for weight loss. Like, if people are liking my stuff, I notice it. You know, I'll reach out to them and be like, hey, I seen you like this. Are you currently trying to lose weight or something along those lines to generate that conversation?
Let's talk a little bit about your content. Like, I like your strategy. You're offering good content, like you kind of talked about.
Right. Yeah. So my whole thing is, like, I don't want to be a walking billboard for True Vision. Like, I want to be the person that people come to for weight loss, not for products. Like, if they need help with their weight loss, they're going to be like, oh, Trevor does something, let me go to him. And so what I try to do is I try to share as much valuable information to them, to like get them to feel comfortable with me. So what I mean by that is, like, Facebook Lives. I haven't done one in a while because I've been busy and my focus is kind of elsewhere right now. But something like 3 tips that will help you lose weight overnight, or something along those lines. Then you go live. Hey, are you interested in 3 tips that will help you lose weight overnight? Well, stay tuned. Let me explain how that works. You give first tip, second tip, third tip, and then be like, if this was beneficial to you and you would like the rest of my tips that I have, feel free to reach out to me and I'll share those with you. That way you're getting people reaching out to you that are interested in losing weight. So you kind of like weeding through things. And that's not really selling them on something. That's just getting them to reach out to you because they need help. Then at that point, you can kind of see what they're doing and be like, hey, I have these products that really helped me. Do you want to take a look to see what I have or what I've done? And then just really go from there. And like the biggest thing is providing value. I'm so against blasting True Vision and company products and everything like that all over Facebook, just because people are going to be like rolling their eyes and everything like that. And when you do that, they don't need you. They're going to go to Amazon. They're going to go to Google. They're going to go to True Vision's website, and they're not going to come back to you.
My favorite thing to say, Trevor, is I hate commercials. I don't watch TV commercials.
100%.
I don't even listen to radio commercials. Like, I hate commercials. Like, they're a waste of time.
Right.
And if your book looks like a commercial, you're a waste of time to someone. And when I say a commercial, I mean True Vision after True Vision, the word True Vision, True Vision, True Vision, True Vision. Like, know your audience and know the content to deliver to them. He wants to attract people in health and wellness and that are interested in eating and fitness and things like that. So that's what he's sharing to build up that reputation and that trust with people. So when they are ready to go to the next level, they come to him because they trust him. And they're like, wow, he knows what he's talking about.
Or they refer people. Like, I don't even know how many times I get tagged in people's posts was like, oh my God, I need to lose this weight, blah, 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 blah. They're like, Trevor Franklin can help.
That's
like,
awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it makes me feel good. And I'm just like, just because I've built that brand of me being the person that people turn to for help when it comes to weight loss or health and wellness, so they're not like getting any kickback or anything like that. Of course, I appreciate it, but I've built that reputation and brand of when somebody needs help with their health and wellness journey, they're coming to me. So,
and that's because the content you're providing, and guys,
right.
The content he's providing, you don't have to be an expert. Let's be honest. You don't have to be an expert. There's Pinterest, Google, other accounts. And not Trevor does know what he's talking about, but I'm saying if you're just getting started or you're just learning, and I'm telling you all, when I talk to clients, when I talk to associates, when I talk to people that are already in this company, I'm telling you all on this call, the golden ticket is nutrition. People have no idea. They have no idea what to eat, how to eat, when to eat it, recipes, things like that. People have no idea. Across the board, we're not taught nutrition. Anything I've learned about nutrition, I've taught myself. And I would assume most of it's the same way. It's literally what you've taught yourself. So I think any content is so good.
Yeah. So if you can provide them value, giving them something that makes them feel like they receive more than you got, like that is where people start to know, like, and trust you. So last tip, because we are running short on time, we have about 5 minutes. MyFitnessPal. I said this previously. I'll continue saying it. Like, it is the ultimate database for information. So go on to myfitnesspal.com and register for their emails. And they will send you emails with all the content you can post on your Facebook. Like 5 healthy frozen breakfasts to buy at Trader Joe's. 15 make-ahead breakfast under 300 calories. 5 signs you'll need to eat more carbs. Like, there is your content for all these people that are interested in losing weight. Like, all you have to do, read it, either go live, make up a little thing, share the link that it gives you. Like, that's the content. Like, you're just trying to build that. What's that?
I have the app, like the MyFitnessPal app.
Yep.
And it's just like on menu screen. Like, I'm just scrolling through content after content after content.
Yeah.
And honestly, Health has great content when it comes to nutrition and things like that. Don't share it, recreate it. But your main website under nutrition, like, Kiva knows her stuff. there's recipes, there's workouts. You guys, just the tools at the tip of your fingers are almost unlimited.
Right.
I mean, YouTube, I mean, the list goes on. Like you said, as simple as Fitness Pal.
Yeah, so that has been like my biggest thing. Right now I have 148 emails full of, like, from my Fitness Pal, full of titles that are eye-catching. Like, as if somebody said, like, if I did a Facebook Live, 3 signs you'll need to eat more carbs for weight loss. Like, people are gonna be like, I need to know about that because I like my carbs. And so they're going to get on there, and then I'm going to give them, because I have 5 tips or 5 signs. I'm giving them 3. Hey, at the end of the video, I have 2 more tips, just to keep the video short. I have 2 more tips. If you're interested in those, feel free to reach out to me. That's it. They're reaching out to you for more information on the rest of those tips. Then you have that person in the palm of your hands, and you can control the conversation on which way it goes. And be like, oh, well, what products or what weight loss, like what kind of program are you trying currently? What have you tried in the past? Why didn't it work for you? What did you like best about it? That way you can kind of navigate through their objections and be like, hey, this is what I've been doing. This is why I think it might be beneficial for you, because with that, you felt like you had to starve yourself, but with this, you feel like you can't eat enough. Things like that. Like, you can navigate through those rejections, gaining knowledge through conversation on what people have tried before, why it didn't work, everything of that nature. But yeah.
Ooh, dang, Trev, bam, bam, you brought down the house. Brought down those nuggets. If you learned something from Trevor tonight, let me get some love in this chat. Thank you, Trevor. I'm telling y'all, he knows the stuff. He gives it freely. I appreciate him so much.
So again, if you guys are interested in the video, Trevor Franklin on Facebook, just send me a message. I'm not going to reach out to you, but you're more than welcome to send me a message, and that way I can get you that.
On
Facebook. That too. Yes. So please feel free to reach out to me if you need any help. Here comes my little assistant now. If you need any help or anything as far as like business, whatever, just feel free to reach out to me. You agree?
Yep.
Okay. She agreed.
He knows the stuff, and we appreciate you, Trevor. And tomorrow, 8 o'clock again, is the next Power Hour. So I look forward to that too. And thank you, Trevor. Thanks for all that you do. Thanks for all your help. Always willing to help. I love having him on because he always has great stuff. So thank you, Trevor. Hi, Abby. And I hope you all have a great night. And thank you for sharing. Thank you all for being here. I hope
one last thing. If you do send me a friend request, I'm probably not going to accept it, but you're more than welcome to follow me. My little follow buttons on there.
Yeah, let's talk about that really quick before we hang up. I think that is, if it's True Vision people, guys, like, it's just as easy. Don't take it personal. I'm the same way. Like, my whole Facebook is mostly True Vision people, and I love you all. But the follow button, my page is public. Everything is there. Everything's there to see. You're not missing anything by just
yeah, I've seen some people sending me the follows. That's kind of what reminded me. But I've also seen some people sending me a friend request. So just don't feel upset or anything like that. I'm not going to accept it, but you are more than welcome to follow me. You're more than welcome to copy any of the stuff that I have on my stories. All you have to do on stories, if there's something you like, hold it down and then screenshot it. Once you hold you press down on the screen, everything disappears from the story, like my name at the top, the stuff at the bottom, it all disappears, and then you screenshot it. Anything on my Facebook wall, you're more than welcome to recreate, share, whatever you got to do. But
just don't do it like the same time, because then you scroll through your feed. So if you see something, and this is something I know Trevor does too, it's like a save for later. Like, this is really good. Thank you, Trevor. This was great content. Save it for later and use it at a later time, so you don't scroll through your Facebook. And you just do that for everyone in general, because sometimes I just scroll through and it's like 5,000 of the same like genius post, but spread it out and save it for later. That's perfectly fine. Like have a content folder where you can refer back to it. Like, oh, I need something to post. So he's free game. So thank you, Trevor. We appreciate that.
Yeah. So, like she was saying on Facebook, you can, the little free buttons, you can click that and then you do save, and then you can actually do, you can do collections. So right now I have Taprooting, which are people that are posting my before and afters on their Facebook wall. You know, so I can go in there in a month or 2 months or 3 months and then just like give them an update, you know, and then that's going to bring them back up. Content ideas, network marketing trainings, like I follow a couple of different network marketers. So if they're, you know, doing a training that I can't watch right then, I save it. So I never run out of content. I never run out of things to watch. It's all just right there on Facebook, you know, and right there when I need it. That's it. I'm done.
That's it. Thank you. All got some goodie out of this. I'm going to go finish blow drying this nappy hair. Thank you, Trevor. I appreciate it. I hope everyone has an incredible night. And y'all join back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Bye, guys.